How can you keep the blood nice and thin? There is no need to take rat poison, I mean warfarin. And there is no need to take aspirin. Aspirin and Aspro, the research is showing now, they cause brain bleeds and eye bleeds. Brain bleeds is contributing to Alzheimer's, eye bleeds is contributing to the deterioration of our eyesight.
Hello everyone, it's great to see you again in today's video. Today we'll listen to and explore valuable health knowledge from expert Barbara O'Neill on a very important topic, high blood pressure. This is a dangerous condition, often referred to as the silent killer, affecting millions of people worldwide, especially as we age. High blood pressure can lead to serious consequences like heart disease and stroke, yet it often presents no clear warning symptoms. You might be surprised to learn that nearly 1 in 2 adults over the age of 65 is living with this condition. This statistic truly makes us think seriously about understanding and managing high blood pressure. In today's content, Barbara O'Neill will help us understand what high blood pressure is, the common causes behind it, and especially the simple yet effective steps you can take to lower and maintain blood pressure at a safe level. Be sure to watch until the end of the video so you don't miss any useful tips to help you take care of your overall health and live a stronger, healthier life. First, let's explore what high blood pressure is. High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is a condition where the force of blood against the walls of the arteries is higher than normal, forcing the heart to work harder to pump blood. Blood pressure is measured using 2 numbers: systolic pressure, the pressure when the heart beats, and diastolic pressure, the pressure when the heart rests between beats. In a healthy individual, blood pressure is typically below 120/80 mmHg, but when it consistently stays at or above 140/90 mmHg, it is considered high blood pressure. If left uncontrolled, this condition can harm the heart, blood vessels, kidneys, and other organs, significantly increasing the risk of serious cardiovascular diseases. Now let's delve into the first cause of high blood pressure.
So the table salt on the supermarket shelf is actually a dangerous salt. We need to be taking salt into our body the way it's found in nature, with all the other minerals. Celtic salt and Himalayan salt contain 82 minerals. So Celtic salt, and you can usually buy it at the health food shop, 82 minerals. Where are the other 10? They're in such pico proportion that's barely measurable that it's inevitable that some are lost in the evaporation process. But hey, 82 is pretty close to 92, isn't it? And that Celtic salt has 3 magnesiums. It has magnesium bromide. It contains magnesium sulfate and magnesium chloride. Magnesium is a water-hungry molecule. And that's why that salt is usually quite moist. Now let's go to the CBD and have a look at what happens here. This is the cell. Now the cell has a bilayered membrane around it. And the way to get water into the cell is by taking magnesium. So when you take a crystal of Celtic salt on your tongue, already your mucous membranes are absorbing the minerals into the blood. The blood takes that magnesium to the cell. You drink your water and that magnesium pulls the water inside the cell. It's a water-hungry molecule. That's the quickest way to hydrate the human body, is to put that crystal of Celtic salt on your tongue, do a little chomp, and then drink it down. Many people are sick because they're dehydrated, and yet some of them are drinking a lot of water. And the water's going straight through. The water is not getting inside the cell. That's why the best way to have your water, and beside my bed I have a little bit of that Celtic salt. I wake up, I have the Celtic salt, I have half a glass of water. As I said, I get out of bed, I have another glass of water. Best way for your body to utilize that water is to have little by little, by little, by little, by little. And at the beginning of every one of your 8 glasses, have that Celtic salt. Now, the highest concentration of mineral outside the cell is sodium. The highest concentration inside the cell is potassium. And there are sodium-potassium pumps in the bilayered membrane around the cell. And the pumps are constantly basically going like that, balancing the sodium and potassium levels in and out of the cell. Now, if someone's having a lot of table salt, and remember what table salt contains? 2 minerals. That's what table salt contains, just those 2. 2 minerals. And if someone's having a lot of table salt, those 2 minerals are so harsh, if you were to inject them straight into the person, they would die. Well, what's normal saline solution? It has got a couple of more minerals and it's greatly watered down. But if that sodium chloride was to go straight into the veins, the person would die. And when a person is sprinkling table salt all over their food, they're such harsh minerals, those 2 by themselves, they kill the taste buds. Have you noticed? The people shake it all over the food. They haven't even tasted whether it needs it or not. Well, no wonder. Their taste buds are dying. When you put the Celtic salt on the food, it awakens the taste buds. It's a delicious salt. So let's say someone's putting table salt on everything, and of course it's got no minerals in it at all. Sodium levels are rising. Potassium is found in all your fresh fruits and vegetables. And let's say the person is busy, they haven't got time to chew an apple or eat the fresh fruit and vegetables, they just eat the fast food. Potassium levels are dropping. Now, sodium is in small amounts inside the cell. So what's happening inside the cell now? Sodium levels are rising, potassium levels are dropping. Osmosis and diffusion happens when the largest concentration merges into the lowest, which starts to happen in here because potassium levels are too low, and then the cell swells. What's that called? High blood pressure. The doctor is right. Table salt can greatly contribute to high blood pressure. And so what's the person told to do now? Stop the salt. Now, sodium levels are going too low. And when the sodium levels inside the cell go too low, the cell swells. What's that? High blood pressure again. You see, both extremes are unsafe. The table salt is dangerous because of the imbalance of minerals. No salt is dangerous because did you know that sodium is the 3rd most vital element needed for life? You'll find that in every anatomy and physiology book, every biology book, every chemistry book. The 3rd most vital element needed for life. What's the first? Oxygen. What's the second? Water. What's the third? Sodium. What's the 4th? Potassium. So a salt-free diet is a very unscientific diet. It's a dangerous diet because you think about it. We cry, seawater. We sweat, seawater. We urinate, seawater. I haven't tasted that, but I don't think anyone has. But baby swims in utero in seawater. We need salt. Every time we urinate, cry, perspire, we're losing it. And we need to replace it. And we need to replace it the way it is found in nature with all of the other minerals.
It's important to note that not all types of salt are the same in terms of composition and health effects. Regular table salt is highly refined, which removes most of its natural minerals. In contrast, natural salts like Celtic salt and Himalayan salt retain many essential minerals, offering health benefits. These salts contain trace elements such as zinc, iron, and calcium, which play crucial roles in the body. Zinc supports the immune system and aids in wound healing. Iron is necessary for transporting oxygen in the blood. Calcium not only strengthens bones, but also plays a vital role in nerve signaling and muscle function. On the other hand, consuming large amounts of processed table salt, which lacks these minerals, can lead to imbalances in the body. This imbalance can negatively impact cell function, causing issues such as water retention, cardiovascular strain, and added pressure on the kidneys. Therefore, opting for natural salts like Celtic salt or Himalayan salt can be a better choice, providing sodium while also replenishing the body with essential minerals.
Another cause of high blood pressure can be a vitamin D deficiency. Well, calcium is a very important mineral. And calcium cannot get into the cell by itself. Calcium needs vitamin D. And when vitamin D is present, calcium is pulled into the cell. And when calcium's pulled into the cell, all the other minerals piggyback on the back of calcium. And this is why calcium is called the king. Because calcium's called the king, because when calcium gets in, all the other minerals get in, it's been misunderstood to the point where people think if they want strong bones, they've got to take calcium supplements. No, no, no. Calcium hardens cement, but it doesn't harden bones, because bones aren't made of calcium. Bones are made of minerals. Bones are made of 12 minerals and 64 trace minerals. Well, where do we find those minerals? In the Celtic salt, in its perfect form. Where else? Dark green leafy vegetables. Look at the size of the bones of the cow, of the orangutan, of the elephant. They're all vegetarian creatures and they've got very big bones. Where do they get their minerals for their bones from? Dark green leafy vegetables. We should eat dark green leafy vegetables every day. And you do not lose your minerals when you cook your vegetables. You will only lose your minerals if you cook your vegetables in water and throw the water away. There's all your minerals. Use waterless cooking. Put the tiniest little bit of water in, put it on a low heat with the lid on and let it slowly cook. And then use it all. But with spinach, silver beet, you don't even need to put water in there, do you? So much water comes out of it. When you cook vegetables in their own juice, you get a lovely flavour. So vitamin D deficiency can cause high blood pressure because if there's a deficiency in vitamin C, the calcium and the minerals can't get in. And what the body does, it builds up pressure to try and force it in.
Vitamin D plays a crucial role in regulating blood pressure as it helps the body absorb calcium and other essential minerals. When the body is deficient in vitamin D, calcium cannot be efficiently absorbed and transported into the cells, which can disrupt blood pressure control. Additionally, when calcium levels in the blood drop, the body triggers the release of hormones to draw calcium from the bones. This not only weakens the bones, but can also potentially raise blood pressure. To maintain stable blood pressure, ensure you get an adequate amount of vitamin D. You can boost your vitamin D levels by spending time in sunlight or consuming vitamin D-rich foods such as fatty fish, eggs, and fortified dairy products. Furthermore, a balanced diet that includes minerals like magnesium and potassium, along with regular exercise, will support healthy blood pressure and promote overall cardiovascular health.
Another cause of high blood pressure can be wheat and sugar. How so? We explained last night. You see, wheat and sugar both break down to glucose, and as we looked at last night in the diabetes lecture, high amounts quickly. And glucose cannot get into the cell by itself. It must have insulin. But if the pancreas is worn out because the person's eating so much sugar and so much wheat, then the insulin is depleted and the glucose can't get into the cell. Can you see what's happening here? The person's mineral deficient, vitamin D deficient, insulin deficient, and this is the CBD. This is where all these nutrients are required. And the cell says, we've got a problem here. How can we get it in? We're lacking insulin, we're lacking magnesium, we're lacking vitamin D. The body says, oh no, we'll just force it in. What's that? Blood pressure.
When the body encounters substances it cannot tolerate, such as hybridized wheat or excessive sugar consumption, blood pressure can rise as a natural response. This is the body's way of trying to process and manage these unsuitable substances. However, if high blood pressure persists, it can place stress on the cardiovascular system, increasing the risk of severe complications like heart disease and stroke. To maintain stable and healthy blood pressure, adjusting your diet is crucial. Limiting the intake of hybridized wheat and sugar while incorporating essential nutrients like magnesium, vitamin D, and supporting effective insulin regulation can help reduce this risk. Additionally, regularly monitoring blood pressure and adopting a balanced diet can significantly improve overall cardiovascular health, protecting your body from blood pressure-related issues.
Let's make a list of blood thinners. This is a thicker one. Blood thinners. What keeps the blood thin? Now you're going to love this blood thinner because it's very, very cheap. Water. It is true. It is the best blood thinner that you can take. Well, how come people that are drinking water don't have thin blood? Well, if a person's drinking water, they must be sure that they're drinking adequate water. This is the water loss in a day. So out of your kidneys, we have 1.5 litre loss. Out of your skin, 0.5 of a litre loss. Out of your colon, a 0.3 of a litre loss. And out of your lungs, a 0.2 of a litre loss. So that equals 2.5 litre loss in a 24-hour period. Now, the half litre can be replaced with herb teas, your fruits, your vegetables, but the 2 litres must be replaced with water and water alone. The good news is you don't have to drink it all in half an hour. You've got 24 hours to drink that 2 litres of water. That's pretty reasonable, isn't it? Now, obviously, 8 of those hours we're sound asleep, so we're not drinking. But you've still got a lot of time to drink water. My suggestion is go to bed with a glass of water next to your bed. And as soon as you wake up, half a glass. And then you might go to the bathroom. And then you might come back, have another half a glass. And then you might do what I do and pray. And I've got a lot of children and a lot of grandchildren and a lot of people to pray for. And then I'll have another half glass. And then I might read my Bible, something inspiration for that, have another half a glass. And then I'll put my joggers on and I might have another half glass. And then I'll go for my high intensity run. And when I get back, I really want another half glass. You know, it's easy for me because I usually wake about 5:30. That's my favorite wake time. And then I can fit sometimes 3, sometimes 4 glasses of water before I eat at around 7:30. Wow. So that's a lot of my water done, yeah? Now, the best time to drink water is between meals, because if you drink with meals, you can water down your gastric juices, as you'll find out tomorrow night when we go on a journey through your gastrointestinal tract. And you'll see when we get to the stomach, it's acid. And you put water in acid, what happens to the acid? It neutralizes it. So try and stop drinking water half an hour before the meal and resume about an hour and a half, 2 hours after the meal. If you are fully hydrated when you sit to eat, you will not need to drink with your meals. Most people drink with their meals because they sit to eat dehydrated. And it's such an American habit and an Aussie habit. Is it a New Zealand habit? One lady that came to our retreat, she said, every time I sit to eat, I keep reaching for that glass of water. And on Saturday morning, I'll show you how you can rewire your brain, how you can actually change your habits. So it's approximately 2 litres of water in a day. That's absolutely vital. You've just got to find out how to get it in. And your body can utilize it better if you take it in little by little by little. But there is another way you can better utilize your water, and that is by using the whole salt. But aren't we supposed to stop salt? Isn't salt bad for high blood pressure? Let me give you the salt story. The highest concentration of sodium is found in seawater. And seawater contains 92 minerals. It's called an isotonic solution because it is the exact same mineral balance and proportion as is found in the body, in the blood. In fact, in the war, the Navy would transfuse with seawater.
Maintaining a daily water drinking habit is an important step in protecting your health, and setting reminders throughout the day can be an effective way to start. You can begin with small, manageable goals, such as drinking a glass of water every hour. Once the habit is established, you can gradually increase your water intake according to your body's needs. Don't forget to listen to your body's signals. Sometimes thirst can be mistaken for hunger, leading to unnecessary snacking. If you feel hungry between meals, try drinking a glass of water first and wait a few minutes to see if it helps. Additionally, the temperature of the water plays an important role. Some people find they drink more water when it's at a preferred temperature, whether it's cool, room temperature, or slightly warm. Experiment with different temperatures to find what works best for you. Finally, remember that staying hydrated isn't just about drinking water. Foods with high water content, like cucumbers, oranges, and watermelon, are excellent choices for hydration, especially on hot days when you lose more water through sweat. Next, let's move on to foods that can contribute to high blood pressure.
Inactivity can cause high blood pressure. Most doctors today will agree that exercise has a powerful effect on the strengthening of the heart. In fact, it's the only thing that will strengthen the heart is exercise. It's a not negotiable subject. You just got to find out how you can fit it into your day. And the most powerful exercise for the heart is the high-intensity interval training. High-intensity interval training. As the name implies, they're intervals of high intensity, intervals of recovery for a cycle, often of anywhere between 3 and 6. So the high intensity can be 20 to 30 seconds. Have you tried it? Did you feel like you were dying? A recovery time of 2 to 3 minutes, and done for a cycle of anywhere between 3 and 6. 3 is a good maintenance dose. 6 is a great one if you want to turn things around, and you can turn things around quite quickly. Most of the research has been done on exercise bikes. It's a lot easier to go 30 seconds on an exercise bike than run up a hill for 30 seconds, which is probably what I usually do. You can do it swimming. Can't swim? Exercise bike, don't have a bike, can't do the bike. Everyone can do the rebounder. And the rebounder, you start with just little jigging and then you start to jump, jump, jump. The rebounder exercise is the only exercise that strengthens every single cell in the body. And your heart muscle is made up of cells. As you do this high intensity, your heart gets stronger and stronger. Your breath becomes, your lungs start to take in your air a lot deeper. Every muscle in the body is getting more exercise. And as I showed you before, when this cell has oxygen, it's going to give you 18 times more energy. That means every cell, 18 times more energy. Every cell in the body has more energy, and every cell in your heart has more energy. You can totally turn high blood pressure around even just by exercise. So inactivity is one of the causes. Inactivity causes the blood to pool in the internal organs. When you start moving, it causes the blood to be taken out to the extremities. Another cause of high blood pressure is dehydration. In dehydration, little capillary networks can shut down to maintain full blood volume in the major arteries. And when those little capillary networks shut down, it actually causes more pressure on the heart.
To effectively manage high blood pressure, making lifestyle changes in addition to exercise is essential. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, along with reducing salt intake, can positively support cardiovascular health. Maintaining a healthy weight, managing stress, avoiding excessive alcohol consumption, and refraining from smoking are equally important steps. Regular health checkups with your doctor are also a crucial part of managing blood pressure. These visits help monitor your blood pressure levels and adjust treatment plans as needed. These combined efforts not only significantly lower blood pressure, but also improve quality of life, reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke, and contribute to sustainable overall cardiovascular health.
So how do we turn high blood pressure around? Start taking the Celtic salt. If you're used to no salt, start slowly. Because one of the body's amazing abilities in keeping us alive is the ability to adapt and adjust. And it'll adapt and adjust to no salt. And so you can get it out of that and adapt and adjust to having the salt and having the salt in its balanced form. Vitamin D deficiency. Whenever you see that sun, run out. But if you have a shower and wash with soap just before you have the sun, you won't get sun. You see, the ultraviolet rays from the sun convert a form of cholesterol just under the skin to vitamin D. What's converted to vitamin D? Cholesterol. Isn't cholesterol the cause of high blood pressure? Isn't cholesterol the cause of heart disease? It is not.
Cholesterol is often misunderstood when it comes to health. While high levels of certain types of cholesterol can contribute to cardiovascular problems, it is not the sole cause of high blood pressure or heart disease. In fact, natural cholesterol plays an essential role in the body, from hormone production to maintaining the structure and function of cell membranes. The real issue often lies in the imbalance between different types of cholesterol, as well as other factors like diet, lifestyle, and genetics. For instance, high blood pressure is not solely linked to cholesterol, but can also be influenced by salt intake, stress levels, and lack of physical activity. To improve overall health, it's important to adopt a balanced approach. Reduce consumption of processed foods, incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet, manage stress, and maintain regular physical activity. These positive changes not only help you maintain stable blood pressure, but also enhance overall cardiovascular health. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope the information on high blood pressure was both educational and practical. Effectively, managing blood pressure is key to reducing the risk of serious diseases and improving quality of life. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more health tips and information. Don't forget to leave your questions or share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm always happy to help. Stay proactive about your health, and I'll see you in the next video. Wishing you good health.